Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope this video finds you in great mental health. You saw the title, you looked at the thumbnail. This video is about what's trending all over social media, and that is the murder of Charlie Kirk. I am addressing the mental health side of the shooter and what the media is maybe projecting that this person had mental illness. Stay tuned.
In the assassination of prominent conservative commentator and activist Charlie Kirk is being held without bail in a Utah jail this morning. Law enforcement arrested 22-year-old Tyler Robinson Thursday night after an intense manhunt. The governor of Utah credited Robinson's family for helping to turn him in. Mourners gathered for vigils across the country, many of them held on college campuses, to remember Kirk, an influential Trump ally and political firebrand who inspired millions. Andres Gutierrez is in southern Utah where the suspect was arrested. Andres, good morning.
Good morning, Dana. The FBI spent much of yesterday evening carrying out a search warrant at the childhood home of the alleged assassin. Authorities are trying to piece together the life of the 22-year-old to find out how and why he did this attack.
And this is what the media usually does. It'll, make reference to someone's childhood and looking for an explanation as to why they committed a murder in the way, especially in the way that this suspect did. But continue listening.
My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband.
2 days after her husband's killing shocked the nation, Erica Kirk broke her silence.
He loved his life. He loved America. But most of all, Charlie loved his children. And he loved me with all of his heart.
Kirk, conservative activist and father of 2 young girls, was speaking to students on the campus of Utah Valley University on Wednesday when he was fatally shot from 200 yards away. Thursday night, authorities released surveillance video of the suspect fleeing across a rooftop and jumping to escape. But it was these images that...
This act of violence took a lot of planning, and he had to be in full capacity of his mind to put together a plan and actually execute it at the level that he did.
ultimately led to his capture.
We got him.
Friday morning, Utah Governor Spencer Cox announced the arrest of 22-year-old Tyler Robinson.
I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson.
According to research in psychology, the human brain is not fully developed until the age 25. With him being so young, will that be used as his defense?
Who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well.
Robinson's father recognized his son and urged him to turn himself in. Tyler told his dad he would rather die by suicide. That's according to 2 law enforcement sources who said the family called a youth pastor who notified U.S. Marshals. The Marshals arrested Tyler and turned him over to the FBI. According to Utah's governor, Robinson became increasingly politicized, referencing a recent conversation with his family.
Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate.
A police affidavit reviewed by CBS News says the etchings on the casings from the gun included anti-fascist messages like, "Hey fascists, catch."
In my opinion, this was a planned attack with someone who had full capacity of their brain. He knew what he was doing.
Robinson was registered to vote, but unaffiliated with any party, and he's listed as an inactive voter on state records after not voting in the last 2 elections.
In a Latter-day Saint community, we just don't talk politics because it makes contention.
Kristen Schwerman has lived near the Robinson family for 16 years in Washington, Utah. She says she last saw Robinson in the yard about 2 weeks ago.
This is a total shock because that's not who Tyler was. That's not who Tyler is.
She described Tyler as a smart, quiet kid. After graduating from Pineview High School, he attended Utah State University, but only attended 1 semester.
I didn't know their family even owned a gun.
On Friday, investigators with the FBI searched the house and seized Robinson's Dodge Challenger. The authorities also searched an apartment that Robinson shared with a roommate about 15 minutes away from his parents' house. A lot of parents would try to protect their kids from going to jail, but
Yes.
these parents went forth,
Yes.
picked up the phone. And
Yes.
What do you think about that action?
Smart people. I would have done the same.
Now, the prosecutor in Utah County is expected to file charges on Tuesday. That afternoon, Robinson is expected to make his first court appearance.
To the vilification of mental health disorders. Yay! Yay is actually French for this topic fills me with deep despair. Look it up. So, why aren't mass shooters automatically mentally ill, based on the definition of mental disorders? If mental disorders are defined by loss of freedom or suffering, wouldn't this include mass murderers who lose their freedom in jail and cause suffering? Well, not really, because the key to how we define mental disorders is how it affects the actual individual with the disorder, their own distress or negative impact on their life. After all, there are a million reasons why someone might commit a murder and be fully cognizant of their actions. So what it comes down to is that someone can have a perfectly neurotypically functioning brain, personally be mentally healthy, and still commit mass murder.
Are people who murder necessarily crazy?
No, not at all. Some people that commit murder, they have it, they're very, very methodic. They plan out what they're doing. They're aware of what they're doing.
The alleged murderer of Charlie Kirk knew exactly what he was doing. It was very well planned out.
You know the consequences of what will happen to them if they get caught. Not all people that commit murder are let's say crazy,
Right, or clinically
not mentally ill or mentally disabled.
out of touch with reality.
Exactly. It's very, very interesting. I spoke to a criminal investigator one time, and he said if somebody got me angry at work, I would think about informing the boss, maybe writing a strongly worded letter, perhaps even confronting him and talking to him about it. But he said for a person who thinks about killing is on that list of possible ways to deal with it.
So from what we know so far, what the police said in the first clip that I showed you is that the alleged murderer had a heated conversation about Charlie Kirk with a family member, and afterwards or as a result of, he concocted this plan in his mind, and he put, all the pieces together and was able to execute this plan. And so what happens oftentimes in the media is that the media is looking to blame mental illness, people who have some sort of mental disorder, and they will blame them, a whole population of people, on all of these horrible, violent things that happen in society. And oftentimes that's not the case. It's not. I think, we have to look at it in a more broader sense and say, what, yes, we want to know what was happening in this kid's mind. And I say kid because he is 21. What was happening in his brain that would lead him to make that type of decision, that obviously he would have to know that as a result of that action, that you're going to go to prison. You're not going to like the consequences. But in the moment of making those plans and following through and all the steps that it took for him to, have the weapon, drive the car, make the plan, find out what time he was going, a lot was involved in that murder. And I know there's a lot of theories going around. The point of my video and the point of me being an advocate for people with mental health issues and mental illness is that we cannot allow mental health and mental illness to be the scapegoat for this stuff.